It's also not my key.
I thought what are you doing this? Is this part of your secret Rabbi Moonshine? Rabbi Moonshine. Wow.
You know it.
That's going to be your new Rabbi Moonshine Bernat. That's going to be like your nickname. Oh,
It's at least a new moniker.
That's nice. It rolls off the tongue very well, too.
Yeah, just add it to my list of monikers.
How many monikers do you have? Oh, wow. All right.
Good one.
So my name is Tali Yess. My last name is spelled Y-E-S-S. Second S is silent. I realized when you grow up with a very interesting and unique name like this, you got to be very careful what you name your kids. Like, for example, my oldest son, his mom and I were looking at names. They wanted to do like Israeli names. They didn't want to get something like a Menachem Mendel or anything. It was a little too, whatever. She wanted something a little more like, So I was like, okay, I'm all open to that. And we opened up a little book online, like a baby naming thing. She went to like the O section, like Oded, Oren. Like, Like, oh hell. I'm like, you're joking me. No, what is it? It means a tent. I'm like, I know what it means. You can't call your kid, oh hell yes. This is wrong. You can get beat up enough without that first name. So, come from a long line of yeses. Apparently the name originated in like Eastern Europe as something more Slavic sounding, and it was anglicized when we emigrated to England. And I couldn't figure out how to spell like Yachus.
It was like Yeslovsky.
Something like that. They just wrote down Y-E-S. Now we have this fun name. My wife Naomi is here tonight. My sister Rivka. And Rabbi Moonshine. Shlomo. Oh, finally, it's about time. Shai.
Sure.
And
Sean.
Sean? Get me on the head with this thing.
For the record, I
At least I'll have a reason why I'm not this Shai.
And that was live streamed. I'm sorry for all the people who are trying to murder you.
That's
I did it to protect his identity, We got Zalman over here. What's your name again? Sir?
Josh.
I'm trying to remember the name. So when I was a younger kid, we went to yeshiva, and in the yeshiva, they didn't let you play like secular music. So in order to smuggle it in, you had to be very crafty. So back then we had Walkmans, which were like these tape players. And you guys are old enough to remember that?
What's that?
Walkman.
Walkman.
Walkman? Yeah, Walkman. And I remember I had 6 months to go into school. I was supposed to be a year. And they had, I had one tape that I brought with me. It was Bon Jovi's Crossroads. But I had to smuggle it in, so I took off the screws from the cassette cover, and I took an Avraham Fried Classics, whatever, and I just pulled out the magnetic tape, and I stuck it in there, and then nobody knew the difference. And meanwhile, like when the dorm counselor would come by, I'm like, Chazak, Chazak, meanwhile I'm listening to like that kind of stuff. Oh, I think I broke the string with Chris, I'm joking. Song goes out to my wife. It's all the same. The only things have changed every day. Seems we're wasting away. Another place where the faces are so cold. Around all night just to get back home. I'm a cowboy. Still alright, and I want it, dead or alive. Yes, I want it, dead or alive. Dead or anybody been to a kumzitz before? By a show of hands. Yeah? Okay. Kumzitz really, the thing in Yiddish, correct me if I'm wrong, means just come sit. But it's kind of like the Jewish kumbaya, you know, so when people get together, we just sing, like we play a couple songs. Sometimes people know the songs, sometimes they don't, but by the end of the night, everybody knows them, because it's kind of like interactive, participatory type of experience. So tonight we're going to do a couple classic kumzitz songs, okay? V'zakeini legavda boni munei voni chachomi munei oh Yahweh Hashem Yirei Eloki Anshei Emes Zerach Hashem Veiki What's your name, by the way?
Mayor Ornstein.
Very familiar. Oh! Shom de Ornstein is your brother.
Yes.
From Chicago.
Yes.
I know him. He used to be a house bacher at our house practically every week.
Where?
In Montreal.
Really?
Hey, what's up, babe? In Montreal, when he was here on Yeshiva, he was like at our house every week with my father and his Beis Mashiach magazine.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Are you sure you're not? I think that's done.
You definitely, by the way, you definitely remember his brother. He was a regular at our house.
Are you sure it's not David? My brother David was in Montreal.
Your brother David did.
Probably David.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember he had a cool little like hat with like a whole description going around the side.
Makes sense. That is so funny. Wow.
Wow, what a blast from the past.
I'll send regards.
I thought, am I thinking of? Oh, you know what? I mixed his first name up with somebody else who's come to us also that looked very familiar, but wasn't him. But they were both very, very, very cool. Nice. Send him my regards. Don't remember me. I hope.
He's my oldest.
Hopefully, he'll remember me better than I remember his name.
He's my oldest brother.
Huh?
My oldest brother.
He's your oldest brother? Where is he now?
Live in Crown Heights.
Cool.
This one just got engaged.
I'm the youngest.
Oh wow. Did he like dig an apartment under 7? No?
No, that was me. Sorry.
I heard there's no real estate left. That's what people are doing now.
To find an apartment.
I'm gonna get a T-shirt that says "I dig 770."
I love it.
Oh. By the way,
Oh, you just got engaged?
Yeah.
Mazel tov. What took you so long? It's always been a following question, you know? Mazel tov. No, seriously, mazel tov.
Thank you.
The brand being on the yacht and all that stuff. And
Yes, all that stuff.
it's the way it's. I got to tell you that it changed me. You know, like getting married and starting a family and all that is like you're never really an adult until you take that leap. It's a big leap of faith, but it's worth it. Every single.
Yeah.
Don't give it to Brazil.
Every single sleepless night, every single, trip to the emergency room.
we can attest.
Exactly.
You're not done with it. You're done with it. One, just one.
So basically what you're saying is I just want to drink wine.
That's right. Well, all the drinks.
No, we're doing a musical Abdullah.
We have so many wines.
We're doing a musical Abdullah, and I want to
Does
drink
anybody
wine.
want a glass of wine?
There's no need for like everything of the
All right, drink wine. Let's do it.
A child was born to this world in 1933. Blessing for a Jewish home in Frankfurt, Germany. His father taught him holidays. He learned to read and write. Each night he heard his mother's say these words to him. Yosef, my son, Lord our God is one. God is very near, Yosef, my dear. Yosef, my son, we are the chosen ones. Do not fear, we'll always be together. Yosef was a boy of 9 in 1942. He had a secret hiding place, like all young children do. Horrified, he saw them take his mom and dad away. Alone, he heard his mother's final words to him. Yosef, my son, eat some food and run. God is very near, Yosef, my dear. Yosef, my son, we are the chosen ones. Do not fear, we'll always be together. Feel his hand on the western wall of the lifelong dream come true. He made it to Jerusalem, city of the Jew. He opened up his sitter, as he had done each day, and he prayed to God for his mother and his father. What's up, Daniel?
What's up, bro?
And an old man stood there praying for his son he thought long dead. That's my father's voice, was all that Yosef said. He looked into the old man's eyes. Tears came down his face, and he fell into his father's embrace. Yosef, my son, a miracle has been done. Come, your brother's here, Yosef, my dear. Yosef, my son, we are the chosen ones. From now on, we'll always be together. From now on, we'll always be together. Oh yeah, ladies, give it up for Shlomo. Amazing. Beautiful.
Good improv.
I'm used to just doing everything. Beautiful flavor to it. I gotta get a band. I gotta get a band. No joke, man.
I can play the triangle.
I can play the table.
How's the dollars? Looking like it's ready.
Yeah, it's coming.
Should we save it for like one, like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, the Nun Dalekimel songbook has all these songs in it.
No, the
NDG.
What's the thing we had before? Nothing good. Not what's the thing? We had a new.
goes.
We had a new one.
Anything goes. Anything goes.
Anything goes.
Anything goes.
Anything goes.
Anything goes. But all these songs are in here. If anybody wants the lyrics here, you can take one of these books.
This is a very Kumsitsi song, although it's a very mainstream secular song as well. But at every Kumsitsi go, they're always singing this one. If you don't know it, well, you'll know it now. Sometimes I live under the moon. I thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon. I'm here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around. Because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will play one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. flashing back to that time where he was mistaken for Matas Yahoo.
Remember that?
Remember Metropolis?
Oh my God. They were coming over to me. It was crazy.
Sold out concert in Metropolis, and a bunch of French Canadians like, "Oh, can I get your autograph?" I'm like, yeah. We were together.
Did you play along?
But Tali said I should play along, so I played along.
Somebody has to sing.
My son's actually in school. His kid's in his class.
He's kind of fun.
Yeah. These 4 chords, you can play like a million songs.
Oh my gosh. Once you learn these 4 chords, you can hear it everywhere. It's crazy.
No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. Say, I remember when we used to sit in a government yard in Trench Town. I'm about to be the hypocrite. Ain't people with the good people we need. Good friend we had, oh, good friend we lost along the way. Hey, in this great future, you can't forget your past. So dry your tears, I say. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. Well, beautiful. Awesome. I haven't done a Bob Marley song in a couple of weeks at least.
You played Farmhouse as well. Fish's Farmhouse.
Oh God, I wish I knew a lot of fish. I have so many friends who go to fish concerts and they're like upset. One of our neighbors like took me to a, was it a Fish or Grateful Dead? I keep confusing Grateful Dead. People who like Fish also like Grateful Dead. For some reason, there's a lot of overlap.
That's true.
But I went to, I have friends that are obsessed with Fish. The only song I've ever heard of theirs though, because unfortunately I never got into them. The only one I did hear was called Bag It, Tag It, Sell It to the Butcher in the Store.
Yeah.
My friends are like, that's why you never got into it, because that's one song you listen to. Like, yeah, that's all right. Okay, we're going to do another Kumditsi song, if that's okay. That's very apropos to Pesach. Passover is obviously the story about how we all left Egypt, and with God's grace and His miracles and wonders, we all got pulled out from slavery and got into freedom. Slavery is not just something that's physically done. Like there's that mental and psychological aspect of slavery. Say that like 80% of the Jewish people didn't leave Egypt, the Israelites, because they couldn't break free of the mental chains that slavery had on them.
Where did you get that? From Midrash?
I think it's a midrash. It's like that 4 out of 5 people
How
died
accurate
during.
is the Midrash? I mean, it's just an
It's
opinion.
novelic, right? But
It's just a fairy tale. It's just a possibility. It's not
Novella.
Torah.
right.
They said that a lot, but most of the people did not leave Mitzrayim.
There are 3 different opinions.
So 80% really chose not to.
Not chose to. They died during the plague of darkness.
But I thought that
They were killed during the plague of darkness, so the Egyptians wouldn't see that happened.
Yeah, and that's the lower end of the percentage.
I thought
Some
the Israelites
percentages
were
that they go
exempted. In essence, they weren't affected by the plagues.
They
So why
weren't,
would-
but those that didn't want to leave, that had the mindset of not leaving.
They had Stockholm syndrome. What we
There's
call that
Stockholm-
today. Yeah, they couldn't
Well,
leave.
that's pretty far-fetched for Midrash. I mean, but Midrash can be far-fetched.
That's
But you know something, just believing in the plague should be enough. We don't have to begin to extrapolate so many things that it leads to
That's
fairy
true.
tales.
That's true.
You know what I
But
mean?
let's not
Yeah.
get too hung up on that whole idea of mental slavery. But there's a song in Bob Marley that goes, "Emancipate yourself from mental slavery," right?
Yeah.
That's part of it. It's not just what I was getting at. Is that it's not just about the physical slavery of labor. It's also much about the mental slavery that we get locked into this. I need to constantly be doing. You know, one of the things, the first mitzvah that we got when we left Egypt was to have Rosh Chodesh. You know, to look at the new moon, which I think we have tonight. Now we have like a full moon now, it's the same thing. But, well, not the new moon. But I noticed it on the way here. It was like the size of it. It was huge.
moon was by the eclipse.
It was like, as Trump said, it was huge. But for the first time ever, they had this commandment. You'd think, why would you get this commandment of all mitzvahs we could have given? We were given the idea of, you know, to calculate the time of the month.
Right.
One thing we take for granted is that we have control over our time. When you're a slave, someone else makes your schedule for you. You're running on their taskmaster's thing. And the Jews got the first sense of freedom by getting time back. Like it belonged to them and they had ownership over it.
But they also signed into 40 years of
Yeah.
meandering through the desert.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah.
So, I mean,
This is also true. They needed a good GPS system. They needed Siri.
Look, they were men, they didn't want to ask for directions.
That's exactly the point.
Exactly.
I'm not sure about Stockholm.
That's a Medrash, I'll believe it.
Exactly. That's a good one. The next song I like to sing is a Yonatan Razel song, which is talking about how each and every generation, we're destined to have nations rise up against us and try to destroy us. And in each and every generation, Hashem rescues us. To remind us always who's really our benefactor, who's really taking care of us, who always has our back. There's always Hashem. They always have tried to, and many empires have come and gone, and yet we're tiny and we're still here. So,
I'll grab a cup.
this next song is called V'hishe Amda. If you guys know the words, please sing them along. V'hishe Amda la Yisraelu. V'hishe Amda la Yisraelu Shelo Yecha L'man Aleinu L'cha Yisraelu L'man Aleinu L'cha Yisraelu V'hishe Amda everybody joined in. I was just like, it just went fire, you know? Love it. NDG, anything goes.
Anything goes.
Anything goes.
Anything goes.
Anything goes.
That's my baby.
Oh, I knew you were gonna ask that one. This is Yisrael's favorite song.
No, it's not my favorite.
It's the favorite one that he likes to sing.
Top 10.
Top 10.
Top 10? Wait, what's the top one then? I always forget this is like the go-to
believe
song.
that it is possible.
Oh, really? That's your top one?
Oh, I love it.
I hope I remember all the lyrics.
Which one?
What you just...
That was the most popular.
Oh,
Which
nice.
one? Which song one?
The one you started singing.
That's the what?
World is Good.
Got it right here.
I believe it is so possible. I believe it's in our hands. I believe it is the hope in the heart of every man. To free this world from guilt and to reach it wrong. It's here on the horizon. We've been waiting oh so long. We can build a world of good. We can make the world a fair. We can feed the famine nations. From abundance we can share. We can shelter all the hopes. Here's my hammer, nail, and wood. Created all this world for us to make. The world is good. I believe we have it in us. I believe we are so strong. I believe a world of justice can begin with just one song. I believe a voice from heaven is heard by every man, and it's telling every person, yes you can, oh yes you can. We can build a world of good. We can make the world as kind. We can realize the best from everybody's soul and mind. For the one above in heaven has a plan that's understood. He created all this world for us to make a world of good. We can sing aloud this song. One voice of humanity, singing oh so strong. And for every man who is ever shedding tears, we will see a world good, for the time is very near. We will beat our foes to plowshares and wash our hearts pain. We will cover naked children with the clothes our hands will make, and make human rights and dignity will be in every land. Thank you, brother. Will you join us in this, or else will you lend a helping hand? We can build a world of good. We can make the world as kind. We can realize best everybody's soul and mind. We're the one above in heaven, and a plan that's understood. He created all this world for us to make a world of good.
Which one?
This looks an awful lot like the Tzvi Hershkowitz's Son's Bar Mitzvah songbook.
This is the
Oh.
predecessor.
Just enlarged.
This is the predecessor of it.
Really?
Yeah. This is the original.
All right.
Hey, my tongue in there?
Which one? I made so many songs today. You gotta be specific. The Shooby-Doo?
Yeah, that
Oh, Shooby-Doo.
My Shooby-Doo? I don't know if my Shooby-Doo song is in here. I never got this, but I just got this now. I didn't even know that this was their songbook. It was more like my songbook.
It is your songbook, basically.
What's Shooby-Doo?
There's probably not a song in there you don't know.
Probably Happy Days, I don't know.
What?
You should just take it out.
Yeah.
If they made the Great Jewish Songbook.
Never
they
take
made
the kids
it
to a store, that's
like
a good one.
a
Yeah, I like that
5-volume
one.
set, thousands of pages.
Wow, so
Never
good
take the
songs you have.
I
in
know,
here.
right?
Dude, these are great. Whew. Okay, we're gonna do that one. We'll take it out.
Which one?
I don't know the words, I just love the song. No place like home.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. Always known as Mountain Dew.
Mountain Done.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. You have searched so long for the answers and the proof. They said you'd find it here with promises of truth, with long white robes and the chanting in the street. Left you cold, your soul still had to seek. What you're looking for is right there at your door. Believe me when I tell you, friend, couldn't ask for more. What your heart has known is that there is no place like home. So come on back, oh, you'll never be alone. When the others came so quickly, as peaceful as a dove, they stirred something inside of you. They only spoke of love, but your mind cried out, what of history? The hatred to my race, and you knew that you still had not found your place. What you're looking for is right there at your door. Believe me when I tell you, friend, you couldn't ask for more. What your heart has known is that there is no place like home. So come on back, oh, you'll never be alone. Despairing and confused, you traveled far and wide. Where you passed through one small country, where you started feeling pride. So you found a place to study, where you thought was ancient law. And you wished you'd learned about it all before. What you're looking for is right there at your door. Believe me when I tell you, friend, you couldn't ask for more. Heart has known is that there is no place like home. So come on back, oh,
is right there as you told. Believe me when I tell you, friend, you couldn't ask for more. Your heart has known that there is no place like home. So come on back. I say come on back. Oh, you'll never be alone. Sweet. Wow, wow. Good call. It's a beautiful song.
So my dad, rest in peace, used to get a kind of the reputation as like the Jewish country singer back in the day, and it was because before he got in touch with his Judaism and his roots, he lived a very secular life in Hollywood, and he had a dream of being a country western singer and toured across stages and honky tonks across America. He had a show in Reno for a while and was sharing stages with some of the biggest names in the business back then, like Crosby, Stills and Nash and the Association. And before he went to Israel, he turned down the opportunity to be the guitarist for a band which was later called Jefferson Airplane.
Wow.
And I looked at him once when I heard the story. He kept it for me for many years, and then when I finally heard it, it slipped out while I was at a music store. When the guy that was like running behind the counter was like, "When were you in Jefferson Airplane?" I was like, "What? You were Jefferson Airplane?" He goes, "No. They wanted me to be the guitarist," and I told him no. Why would you do that? Take the money first, then move to Israel. That would have been. But he did what he did, and he enrolled in like a yeshiva there where they taught him the basics, the ropes. He used to joke that like there they would teach you not to drink the mayim achronim. and eventually, after a couple of years of taking a musical hiatus, him and his study partner created this group called Megama, and they revolutionized the Jewish music business. For the first time, he brought all this like American-style mainstream music experience with him, and he introduced it to the Jewish world. Where up until him, all the Jewish music sounded very Jewish. He brought Jewish content, but with like rock and jazz and blues and country and bluegrass. And since then, like everybody's doing like American-style music, but like he was like a catalyst in the industry. And so when I heard the song from Avi, one we just sang, I was like, wow, it really sounded like the story of his life. Like he was hanging out with the hippies and all that, and then found his way to Israel. Was this song about him? He was like, no, actually, it goes. It's funny that you would think that. It makes sense that you would think that. They said, I used to work in Los Angeles with dealing with Jews that were involved in religious cults and all these different things back in the 60s, trying to like get them out of there and more in touch with their own religion. And so that's how he met many people that had that type of journey as well. I guess that's why I call it journeys. Interesting.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah,
it's amazing how much of that music was made in Canada.
Yeah. You wouldn't think that it was, right? Yeah. Hey, we also have Shania Twain, Celine Dion, and Imagine Dragons, and Gordon Lightfoot.
Bare Naked Ladies.
Bare Naked Ladies. I wasn't going to say that in the show, but yeah. Oh, there's a lot of good. I think there's a lot of Canadian bands made a really good thing. Leonard Cohen. Cohen. I always joke how like when you go down to downtown Montreal, the only face I see on the side of a building is a Jewish face. It's so nice. A Cohen. No less.
I know. We needed a Duchem today.
When they ask me if I'm a Cohen, every time I go to a show, I'm like, I'm not even a Bitcoin. So tonight we'll do a song of his, if that's okay. This is a famous Leonard Cohen song. He's actually wearing Leonard Cohen's hat. mixed up a couple lyrics.
That was good.
We have a request. A request.
Yes, sir.
Ain't no visual.
All right.
Oh.
Only if you buy the shirt.
Yeah, you gotta buy the mug.
You gotta buy the Ain't No Visual on
Hey, you got
Ecclesiastes.
merch?
Yeah, Tali has merch now. Ain't no Bishop mugs.
I didn't advertise it anywhere. but-
And the Rock Papa shirt.
The Rock Papa shirt I put out on Facebook, but if you go there and you click on like the store name, you'll find the Ain't No Visual mug. All right. Is it in the book?
It is in the book.
Oh, the adaptation or the original?
No, the original. The
No,
original.
I don't know the original.
Oh, really?
I do, but it's like, all right, I'm gonna stumble on other words.
What's the name of the song?
Ain't no visual.
So there's a, to give a little context to this song.
I need a little context.
On Shabbat, when we try to prepare a tea on Shabbat, we're worried about cooking, right? One of the 39 forms of work that we're prohibited from doing on Shabbat is to cook, right? So there was a great Torah sage by the name of Rabbi Moshe Feinstein, who was like one of the halachic authorities of our time, and he gave a loophole. So if you're a good rabbi, it's very easy to say no to something, right? But if you're a really good rabbi, you find a way to say yes. You know. Otherwise, you do like what sometimes Rabbi Burnett will say when I ask him a tough question. He doesn't want to give me an answer that he knows I'm not going to listen to. He goes,
That's an excellent impression.
you know? I've seen it many times, trust me. Right. Oh God, you give me this version?
Take the song version.
That's the OG version.
Oh, God, I'm gonna
No,
push
take
it.
the song version. Well, I
Shut off the live stream. Well, I know what can and cannot be, because it don't take much brains, you see. Figured out what's possible. What's that possibility? Square peg don't fit in a round hole. You can't walk to rock and roll. 2 ain't 2 ain't 53, and there ain't no visual in a cliche sheet. There ain't no visual in a cliche sheet. There ain't no visual in a cliche sheet. You can drive for all eternity. There ain't no visual in a cliche sheet. I'll leave you show cliche. That's a different case, you see. I could go and Bobby White TV, yeah. There ain't no visual in a cliche sheet. We're doing the abridged version today.
I just mixed both of them. You don't need the Avery Rockenberg one. You do
I like the Adrian one. It's special to me. It's true.
You should do the Sephardic version.
The what?
The Sephardic version.
Oh,
Ain't no visual
something.
cliche.
you know that some people are trying to be like extra holy, like when they, God forbid, when they die and they go to heaven, they go on a hunger strike, because they don't trust Hashem's kashrus. So I'm going to be one of those guys that one day, like I do cliche during the weekday.
I never put my fridge light back on.
Ever. I leave it off. My fridge came without a light.
I ordered it specially.
Oh, wow. This is a beautiful one, I know. Like, you guys, turn to what the rabbi say. Turn to page. Oh, there's no page numbers in this one.
That's the point.
Oh.
No, that's not
Which
the
song?
point, though.
Which song?
Memories.
Oh, Memories. Oh, wow.
Oh.
A very tired old worn out man
by so fast. Like a fleeting shadow, no one will recall the faces of the past. What will become of all the memories? Are they scattered with the dust of the breeze? Yet one thought gives me comfort. It's all that I have left. I know that God in heaven won't forget. Right. Go on.
We don't even need polymerization tonight. We got this guy right over here. Ready next time. You have to take it for a tune-up after you're done.
It's been a privilege.
Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you.
As a Jew. As a Jew. As a Jew. As a Jew.
Oh. You got a job clap, right?
I don't want to change my name. I got nothing to be ashamed of. Got no secrets from you. I ain't been in the world this way. And I'm going out to say, gonna live my life and die as a Jew. As a Jew. As a Jew. I got nothing to apologize to you. I'm the son of Abraham. I'm in the promised land. Shouldn't you? Shouldn't you? Shouldn't you? Oh, build the ark. Moses went up on Mount Sinai. Daniel made it through the lion's den. With a little faith in God, they all made it through their troubles. With a little faith in God, will always win. And it's true, and it's true. I got nothing to apologize to you. I'm the son of Abraham. I believe in the promised land. Shouldn't you? Shouldn't you? Shouldn't you? Right. Yeah.
I don't know if I can play by ear as good as you can. But I'll try. I'll do a quick tune-up.
You have any song?
Want to do a Chabad?
Oh, Avadim, how you?
Just gotta retune this guitar to put on some fresh strings, so I'm a little.
Sax is just like beautiful.
It's saxy.
Sounds very saxy.
Right.
Want to do a Chabad song? What's a Chabad Pesach song? Did we just do one? Was that a Chabad one?
I don't know. It's exclusively Chabad. I don't know.
We just sing it on podcast.
Mitzrayim,
gonna appreciate this. Somebody told me recently, you know, like all your streaming money that you get. So it's like a 30th or a 300th of a penny. So what do you call it? It's called a pity.
A pity? A pity. A pity bitty rich.
A pity bitty.
You know, Facebook started paying me for my content.
Yeah.
Really?
Not a whole lot, but like
enough for
$2. I got 2 times high this month. I was like, whoa.
By the way,
That's like an Aliyah right there.
today is my Zadie's yard site, the original my Zadie.
Yeah, actually it wasn't written about him. It was written about his father.
But his father.
You know, we'll do my Zadie.
It's also my Zadie's yard site. Both of our Zadie's yard site the same day.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta share a very
They'll
special
be my
story
members soon.
with Yisrael. Rabbi Yisrael. You know the story because you're part of the story. But for those of you that don't know, when Rabbi Yisrael, what other monikers did we give you? Rabbi Moonshine? Rabbi Yisrael Burnett first met me. I had long, like Bon Jovi length hair.
It was down to his tuchus.
It was almost down to my tuchus. I'd have to put it up in a ponytail. And I remember I was not really like doing what I was taught as a kid. And
you had a little dog.
the little dog, no, that dog I gave away to a Chinese restaurant.
We used to walk that dog down Buckwood.
No, the Chinese restaurant walked the dog. But to be no, and all jokes aside, I remember like once you asked me, you know, can I ask you a question? I want to like break away from this. I sent to start my own little Chabad house. And I was like, where are you going to do it? He's like, NDG. I'm like, don't do it in NDG. He's like, why? I'm like, I went to NDG to get away from guys like you. Okay? That's where Jews go to hide, you know? And true story, by the way. He's like, I'm not asking for your permission or your advice. I'm telling you I'm going to do it. And I just want to know if you can, since you live in Kozei Lub, are you able to walk up to and help us make a minyan? And I told him, dude, first of all, it's not going to work out. It's never going to happen. I'm telling you. But if you manage to pull it off, I'll even be your gabbai. I'll open the doors, I'll close the doors, I'll sweep, and I should have kept my big mouth shut. Because, man, I remember, like, the first Rosh Hashanah, like, we didn't have a location yet. The location was Yakimono Sushi at the end of Moncliffe. And we got there, and we were 8 people. We had a bunch of, like, yeshiva boys came to help make the minyan. Rabbi Burnett was like, knew the clock was ticking, where it was almost too late to daven mincha, and he sent 2 of the boys across the street because there was a Chinese restaurant, and where Jews like to congregate. So he walked in, and there were 2 guys sitting there with their kippas on, like little silk kippas on, like I guess they were like
in the Chinese restaurant.
They were with their kids. I guess they were like skipping shul or whatever. And Walensky, Sean Walensky, was like, excuse me. You're obviously Jewish. We need you for a minyan, you know. So they're like, their faces turned white as ghosts, you know. And they came across the street. They actually came back for Yom Kippur.
Yeah.
And by Simchas Torah, I remember we already had found the location when there was no rentals available. And somehow we found a place on Moncton and Hampton, Moncton and Hampton. And then I remember years later, like fast forward several years later. You know, I was doing Shabbos and kosher and everything. I was like married at that point. I was moved back into the community, and I was like keeping everything again. And Yisrael was very, very instrumental in that. The whole, like, he doesn't even realize the effect that he had on me. And then I remember when my father passed away, I was sitting Shiva, and he came to the Shiva, and a bunch of articles came out about my dad on different websites, and people were commenting about this is my story with your father and how he had an effect on me, and I heard this song, and maybe do that. So I said, tell me a couple of these stories. I'm sure you heard some amazing stories. So one story we got was from this lady that sent us an email. She said that she lived in the mountains of Iran, and that she heard a song on the internet that was obviously illegally leaked, but the song was about the Sheva Mitzvahs B'nai Noah, the 7 laws of Noah, and that she decided to turn around her entire life and become a Noahide. And I had a lot of questions on the story. Like, you're a lady living in the mountains of Iran. How do they let you use a computer? If women in Muncie can't even text message, drive cars. But whatever. There was a story, and I said, well, what was the other one? I'm like, the other one that really stood out was this woman who wrote a comment saying that she went to a Megama concert, and she heard the song. Megama was my dad's duo. It was a musical duo we had. A lot of his more iconic songs came up. And she heard this silly song called, like, Throw Away That Ham. And she came home and kosherized her entire kitchen. And Yisrael, I'm looking at me, he's like, my mother wrote that comment. And for the first time in my life, I was able to see like God connecting the dots and like everything that led up to this. Because eventually he grew up like Orthodox, became a shliach, and then he was instrumental in pulling me back in when I was like schlepping out of the way. And so I was like, wow, it's amazing how that was all orchestrated, and like it was like a very spiritually like impactful moment for me in my life. So cheers to you.
And to you.
And when I say Rabbi Moonshine, I say with all respect. I'm not saying it as a term of endearment.
And by the way,
We're homies. We go way back.
yeah. Part of the OG crew too. I remember the number of times Rabbi Moonshine and I would actually come to your apartment building in Kutzin going,
Hi!
we have 9!
We used to walk by, but even before that, I used to walk by and I used to either throw a rock at your window, or I would have to come up and like beg you out of that little tiny hole of an apartment you had.
It's the smallest apartment in the world, but it was my tiny apartment. I love it.
Talking about women who can't text message, can you give your wife your car keys, please?
How am I getting
Falling
one?
asleep.
I'll take yours.
Yes, I'll walk. Okay.
I don't know what I should say.
This is my wife's keychain for the record. I don't usually walk around with sparkly keychains.
Yes, you do. I saw the trap on the
Okay. Love you.
Let's just throw away that ham.
Let's do it.
What?
All the animals that I eat.
We could do a cappella version of it. I don't know, like, I don't really know the chords for it.
But I think-
Broadway style song.
Yeah.
Let's do another. Right across the street.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought my Zadie, since it's our Zadie's your
Right,
inside.
Z. Here we go. Ready? This was Montgomery's biggest hit.
Literally, all the time.
My city lived with us in my parents' home. He used to laugh, he put me on his knee, and he spoke about his life in Roland. And he spoke with the bitter memory. And he spoke about the soldiers who beat him. They laughed at him, they tore his long black coat. And he spoke about the synagogue that they burned down, and the crying that was heard beneath the snow. But Zadie made us laugh, Zadie made us sing, Zadie made us finish Friday nights. And Zadie, oh my Zadie, how I loved him so. Zadie used to teach me wrong from right. His eyes lit up when he would teach me Torah. He taught me every line so carefully. And he spoke about our slavery in Egypt. How God took us out to make us free. But Zadie made us laugh, Zadie made us sing, Zadie made us sing Pesach night. And Zadie, oh my Zadie, how I loved him so. Zadie used to teach me wrong from right. But winter went by, summer came along. I went to camp, run and play. When I came back home, they said, Zadie's gone. And all his books were packed and stored away. And I don't know how or why it came to be. It happened slowly over many years. We just stopped being Jewish like my lady was. No one cared enough to shed a tear. But Sadie made us laugh, Sadie made us sing, and Sadie made us kiddish Friday night. And Sadie, oh my Sadie, how I loved her so. Sadie used to teach me wrong from right. Many winters went by, many summers came along. Now my children sit in front of me. Who will be the Zadie of my children? Who will be their Zadies if not me? Who will be the Zadies of our children? Who will be their Zadies if not we? And Zadie made us laugh, Zadie made us sing, and Zadie made us finish Friday night. And Zadie, oh my Zadie, how I loved her so. Zadie used to teach me wrong from right. Right, we'll do one more for the road, is that alright?
One more for the road.
This one is an original of mine. It's called The Almighty is on Our Side. I wrote it probably about 10 years ago during the Gaza War. When the first one. And it was my first English song that I ever wrote because for the first time I felt like I had something that was extremely meaningful to me to write about. Sometimes like you need to go through something that's like turbulent to be able to find your creativity. And the song goes a little something like this. Actually, the song goes exactly like this. I wrote the song. Times a day it's not okay to have to look behind your back for a world that values peace and freedom and should cut us a little slack. As the siren blares, no one cares. The fearful life so full of tears, but we know that God protects us. Through the years. We refuse to apologize for defending our lives in the only place where we belong. They can keep themselves alive with their children and wives, shielding them is just so wrong. You can try to find a way to make sense of why they fight. They can run but they can't hide, 'cause the Almighty is on our side. God in our land and abroad, now we don't got the right to live. We extend an olive branch and give peace a chance with all the help we give. I can't wrap my head around the tunnels underground trying to destroy our nation's pride. They can run but they can't hide, 'cause the Almighty is on our side. fight. They can run, but they can't hide. The Almighty is on our side. The Almighty is on our side. That's it.
Wow. Since in NDG everything is backwards, let's do Abdullah.
Yes! Yes. We'll have to have a designated driver now.
That's it. Okay, let's get him some Abdullah.
Like my son, Mayor. Very cool. Okay, I remember. What's your name? Lady. Nice to meet you.
These are my nephew and niece.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Shayna.
Shayna, thanks for coming out. I know it's way past your bedtime, but...
I'm new school tomorrow.
Oh, that's true.
Thank you, sir.
All right, no yelling. You're not going to stick around for musical Abdullah? All right, no problem. It's a little too...
That's it.
Take care.
All right. Let's do it.
Oh, it's musical Hafal.
Musical Abdullah.
I've never heard that.
Never?
This will be my first.
This will be...
Mine's are purple.
Purple? What do you mean purple?
I don't know, it's just that's
That's not purple.
It's gonna be purple if you don't look at it properly.
By the way, shefa, baby. If you can't do it, you stick the bottle inside it. It overflows. Watch. Voila!
There we go. Learn something.
There's no Asian, there's no Basam tonight, right?
Correct. Yeah, just regular. Look at this. Of those, by the way, of the original 10, 3 of them are right here.
Amazing.
What?
No, 4 of them are right here. Of the original 10, 4 are right here.
Were you here since the beginning?
Yeah. And Eric also.
בין קודש לחול.
Bottoms up.
Hey, lean to the left.
A lot of people don't know that the Havdalah song that we sang was written by Debbie Friedman, who's a famous, I think she's like a conservative Jewish singer, who died on the same night as my father.
No way.
Wow. Same year, same night.
Wow.
Huh?
That was freaky. Yeah. So as a way of as a tikkun for my father stealing the thunder when she passed away. I keep saying that every once in a while.